Hey guys, it's me Adam. Today I'm gonna be talking about kites. Not just any kite though. I'm going to be talking about one special kite. Very popular one. A stunt kite. Now, the only ever kite I've actually flown is a stunt kite. The first kite I ever flew, maybe it was one of the pulley ones, but that was probably my friend's ones. The first kite I actually owned was a stunt kite, and it was not too long ago, and I'm going to tell you a story about that. So, one day, I was flying, well, the winds were good, first of all, right? It was a beautiful day, the winds were good, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna go fly my kite. So, get my kite, stunt kite, you know, it's got fire on it, simple controls, you know, red to go, pull red to go right, pull left to, well, pull blue to go left, you know, stuff like that. But one day, I took her out, propped her up, winds were good enough so that I could take her off myself, right? So we took off. Sometimes I like to do a little bit of role play and pretend like there's passengers on board. So we took off, right? Flying steady. I had to watch out because on the oval there's these really big light posts, and if I hit that with my kite, it's endgame. It will wrap around and I won't be able to get it off. And there were a couple of trees near there, so I had to be careful too. But I thought I was pretty lucky in terms of clear space. I haven't hit a pole or a tree once yet, because I've got one right now. I haven't opened it yet. I might do an unboxing of it, so might want to have a look out for that. But yeah, so what happened was I was flying it. Winds were good. It was a calm, steady wind, which is what you really want. You don't want gusty winds, because if you want gusty winds, you get turbulence, right? Strong winds, you get turbulence. Gusty winds, you have to you stall and you have to get some speed and pick it back up. You have to search for the wind, search around, you know, swerving around. But it was calm, steady winds all throughout. Maybe a couple of gusts, you know, some turbulence. But I was going along, right? And the wind actually picked up quite a bit. So I was doing a couple of stunts, you know, spinning. Meals will now be served on the aeroplane. Hold on, there might be a bit of turbulence. And what happened is sometimes I would turn really steep, right? And I could feel like heaps of pressure, like pulling on the strings, and that's how I knew there was good wind there. So I'd go right down to the near the ground, right? And it'd make this noise, like the wind would flap the kite around. It'd make a type noise, and it was so cool. Yeah, and what happened was, you know how aeroplanes or like birds, they like touch the water a bit? I did that, right, this time, right? And I was amazed that I actually pulled it up without smashing it to the ground. So I turned it, right, and the wing, right, just touched the ground, and I could hear it go, like just lightly touched it, and it was so cool doing it. And then as I went up, you know, if you do a loop left, you have to do a loop right and undo it, otherwise you get caught up. So eventually I brought her down for a very soft landing. It was really good. I was amazed at the landing I did, because not very often I get a good landing where it lands just like steadily lands, right? To a point where I could just bring it back up again, right? So it didn't twist, it didn't get strung up or anything. It just went right down and it was calm, right? But next time I put it up, there was a bit of trouble getting it up, you know. It started to get a bit gusty, but then once I got it really high up, it was good flying. The wind actually picked up a bit real high, and I was like, whoa. So I actually let more line loose, almost to the max, and the wind was like really like really pushing on it. I could feel it, like sometimes when I like pull the actual kite to me, you could feel the tension, you could feel it on the strings, you could hear it pulling real hard. So one time while it was pulling real hard, I went to do like a really steep turn, right? Real steep turn left. And as we were flying, going, real steep turn, and then you won't believe what happened. The string broke. The left string broke on the kite, right? I was turning, and I was going, and the string broke, and I'm like, whoa, because that's never happened, right? So it broke, and I was like, instincts, I just held on to that right string, like real firm, and it was twirling down, you know, like it was going down. Mayday, mayday, help! So it was going down, and I was moving it a bit because I really had no control after I lost the left string. The best I could do was steadily not pull it down, because when you pull it down, it increases in speed, and I really don't want that to happen, because I've been in some really bad crashes with my kite, like breaking the elastic or tearing or something like that, because winds we get are pretty strong. Flown in a storm before, not the brightest idea, but we were going and the string snapped, so I was going down and I was just lightly holding her, right? I was making sure, because we were right near the post, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna get caught, right? But luckily it didn't. It just twirled around, right? Like a helicopter, like going down, right? Just twirled around, and then eventually, right, it went right down real fast, and it hit straight on the nose, right? Luckily, minimal damage. The closest it got to was maybe some of the rods came undone, but you can just stick them back on. It happens often. Not with really expensive ones, but like, you know, good ones. But it happens no matter what. So I was pretty surprised I didn't lose her, right? So we came down and I came rushing over, right? It was like the ambulance, and I was like, oh no. And so I came over and I looked, and what had happened was, it didn't break from the string where I was holding it. It broke from the kite up, which is good, so I could just tie it back together. I wouldn't lose all of that other string. So what happened was, I went over and I got it. I'm like, ooh, gee. So I tied it back up, right? Tightest I could do it, and I was really hoping that it wouldn't break, or like I didn't do anything really bad. Because once before I broke the elastic when I crashed it. Another time I ripped the back off. Jeez, I've been in some really bad crashes. But yeah, that was one of the most. I can still remember it twirling, just twirling, going down. A horrible noise, like a really airy noise as it went down. But it went down softly to start with, but then as it was getting close to the ground, it started to speed up for some reason. I don't know why, and then it hit straight nose first. I packed it away because I was like, ooh, no, it's getting a bit too strong. So I winded the strings up, and then I went home. And that's a lot more stories about it. I've broke 2 kites. One of them was for reasons, because I got really angry one time. Another time was because it broke and Dad got really angry with it, but I won't go into that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe to see more of this, and comment down below on what you thought of this video, maybe what I could do next. Also, if you want really good cheap kites, right, really good quality cheap kites, the one that I got, even though I crashed mine, I was a bit rough with it, but if you want good cheap kites, like at some other competing stores, you get them for like $40 or like more, right? And it's a really cheap kite. But when you get it down below on the link or link on the video, you can see these kites are good quality. I use them myself, so I really recommend them. I mean, they're good. They come in heaps of shapes, sizes, and colors, and they're actually locally here from Brisbane. So it's good postage. 100%, not a single problem wrong with the kites. Everything came in. It was good service. Real easy. I just paid, got my kite, right? So I really recommend them. Check them out in the link below if you wanna look it out. Maybe buy one if you're interested. It really supports us if you do. And I will see you in the next video. Stay chilled, folks.
If